As Jesus looked up, he saw the rich putting their gifts into the temple treasury. He also saw a poor widow put in 2 very small copper coins. "Truly I tell you," he said, "this poor widow has put in more than all the others. All these people gave their gifts out of their wealth, but she out of her poverty put in all she had to live on." Luke 21, verses 1 to 4. Gathered under the shadow of the temple, amidst the hustle and bustle of daily life, Jesus stood among the throngs of people, rich and poor, young and old, each one carrying their burdens, their hopes, their dreams. With eyes that pierced through the facade of outward appearances, he beheld the scene unfolding before him, a scene of giving, of sacrifice, of hearts laid bare before the divine. And as he observed the rich depositing their gifts into the temple treasury, their offerings clinking against the metal with a resounding echo, his gaze fell upon a figure shrouded in the cloak of poverty, a widow, her steps measured, her countenance worn by the weight of her struggles. "Truly I tell you," Jesus proclaimed, his voice cutting through the din of the crowd, "this poor widow has given more than all the others. For while they gave out of their abundance, she, out of her poverty, has given all she had to live on." In these words, Jesus lifted the veil on the true nature of generosity, revealing a truth that transcends material wealth, a truth that lies at the very heart of God's kingdom, a truth that speaks not of the size of one's gift, but of the depth of one's devotion, the sincerity of one's sacrifice. "My beloved brothers and sisters," Jesus continued, his voice a gentle breeze stirring the hearts of those who listened, "let us pause for a moment to reflect on the example set before us by this humble widow, a woman whose offering, though small in the eyes of the world, carried within it the essence of true worship, true devotion, true love." And with each word, he painted a portrait of selflessness, of a heart poured out in love, a widow who, with trembling hands, placed her 2 small copper coins into the treasury, her act of giving a testament to her trust in a God who provides, a God who sees, a God who values the sacrifice of the heart above all else. "For you see," Jesus explained, his voice soft yet compelling, "it is not the size of our offerings that matters to God, but the condition of our hearts. It is not the quantity of our possessions that defines us, but the quality of our love, our compassion, our willingness to give of ourselves for the sake of others." In the widow's simple act of giving, Jesus revealed a truth that resonates through the ages, a truth that challenges our perceptions, our priorities, our very way of life. For in a world consumed by the pursuit of wealth, of power, of status, he reminds us of the surpassing value of a heart surrendered to God. A heart that finds its greatest fulfillment not in the accumulation of possessions, but in the giving of oneself in service to others. "My beloved brothers and sisters," Jesus continued, his words a beacon of light in a world shrouded in darkness, "may we, like the widow, be willing to give sacrificially, to love extravagantly, to live generously. For it is in giving that we receive, in loving that we are truly blessed, in sacrificing that we find our truest selves." And as the crowd absorbed his words, a hush fell over the assembly. A hush pregnant with the weight of divine revelation, with the call to a life marked by radical generosity, by unwavering faith, by a love that knows no bounds. "For in the kingdom of God," Jesus proclaimed, his voice echoing through the ages, "the measure of our worth is not found in the size of our gifts, but in the sincerity of our hearts, the depth of our devotion, the extent of our love. May we then be like the widow, humble yet bold, poor yet rich in faith, for it is in her example that we find the truest expression of worship, the purest embodiment of love."
Like if you believe in God,